At this point, y'all, I just need to start a documentary. There is no way that it's 11:15 and I'm on the brink of tears.
Baby, I know you ain't lying. I went sub for 2 days. The third day, I pulled my children out the school.
Because I want to go home so bad. These kids are horrible. Horrible.
Most of them horrible because of the parents. No accountability whatsoever, baby.
They don't care about learning. The parents don't hold them accountable. They don't make their kids hold themselves accountable. The admin does not hold the parents of the children accountable.
And it's so sad because some of those teachers really want those children to be better. But how can they be better when they don't have the help of the parents? Like, some of these parents are really horrible, y'all. And then they want to send them children to school because they don't want to deal with them.
They say they hold the kids accountable, but they go to the office and they come back and they do the same thing. It's awful.
And it's sad because instead of the teachers getting help from the parents, they get pushback most of the time. Those teachers are tired, y'all. Get your children. Teach your children.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Amori's Window. Today we're going to be discussing the teachers. The teachers are quitting. They leaving the whole education system altogether. They like, it's too much to deal with. We're going to get into some clips where teachers are discussing how the kids of today are making them feel they can't pay attention. It's ridiculous. Let's get into it.
I ultimately decided to leave because I realized I needed an easier job.
No matter what I try to do, it won't go through their heads.
I called a parent today and I said, just to let you know, your child has an F in my class because they come in and they don't do anything. And then they start screaming. She hung out.
I definitely understand where this guy's coming from and feel for him in dealing with the disrespect from students. And I think teachers need a certain amount of power in their classrooms to do their jobs, right? I think one of the problems that we have in so many schools today is that students can act with impunity. They don't really have to respect the teacher's authority because they know nothing's going to happen to them. Their parents are not going to do anything. Their principal's not going to do anything to them. There are no real consequences. And, we have to wonder, what position are we really putting adults in when they're responsible for students? They're responsible for student learning, but they don't have any power to do anything when the student is disrespectful, when the student is disrupting the learning environment. And I don't know the situation, so I don't want to defend anybody, too much or be too critical of anybody here. But I think it's a good wake-up call for us. The teachers need power, right? As a teacher, you need authority in your classroom. And if a student is undermining that authority, maybe they're talking under their breath and being disrespectful, maybe they're cussing you out, I don't know, whatever it may be, you need some recourse. You need some authority to maintain legitimacy in that environment.
Buddy, why'd you struggle on this quiz? What was hard about it? What was difficult? And they look me dead in my eyes and they say, I'll be honest, I didn't read the passage. What do you mean
Today
you
I
didn't read
walked
the
out of my
passage?
job. I did.
I was getting so many questions after I just explained my directions.
Take out your yellow notebooks, turn to page 14, and the kids just there.
They're crying because they're getting blamed for literally any and everything that children are doing.
I spend 90% of my day managing kids' emotions, helping to regulate them, managing outbursts and behaviors and tantrums.
I spend so much time managing behavior that sometimes I feel like I'm failing as an educator.
Anyone out there who thinks that teachers have it easy just because we have time off, I have 2 hours left of my school day and I'm leaving because I'm so stressed out between all the requirements that our district offers and the students' behavior, their lack of trying, their apathy for school, parents that don't give a shit, they don't care, they don't answer phones, they don't discipline their kids, and kids who feel like they're going to commit suicide because they're getting bullied. You have no idea what it's like being a teacher. You have no idea. I don't want to hear a person ever in the history of ever say that this job, we're lucky, we have it easy, we get so much time off. You have zero clue what all it takes to be a teacher.
I have made myself sick all this school year to the point of throwing up, panic attacks, high anxiety, not sleeping, hurting everywhere. And I finally chose myself over this job. I have loved being a teacher for probably about 16 of those 17 years, but I'm not going to make it to the end of this year. Sometimes you get in a situation so toxic that you have to decide whether your health or staying for the kids is worth it. And I decided about 2 weeks ago that it's not anymore.
You quit? You're not disrespected by anybody. I don't know who you people think you are, but you don't treat anybody like this. It's not funny.
I love teaching school. But one of the things I've really noticed that really bothers me is there's no honor among the students. They would rather lie to you. They would rather disrupt you. They would rather act silly in the sense of not wanting to listen, not wanting to take notes, they'd rather talk about nonsense.
I just resigned mid-year as a second-year teacher. The amount of harassment and bullying and the lack of administration support is disturbing. When you have a room full of students who watch your every move as a teacher and seem to have more authority than the adults because mom and dad work in the same district.
Former English teacher going viral after posting a raw and unfiltered farewell video as she leaves the classroom behind after just 3 years. Listen.
A lot of these kids don't know how to read because they have had things read to them, or they can click a button and have something read out loud to them. I just don't think these kids even care. They don't care about making a difference in the world. They don't care about how to have a resume. They don't care how to write a resume. They don't care how to write a cover letter because ChatGPT will just do it for them. And I think that we need to cut off technology from these kids probably until they go to college.
Now, me myself being a parent, I thought it was due to COVID. Some kids were misplaced or homeschooled during COVID. They didn't get to learn as well. So I'm like, okay, maybe they're a little behind. But no, this is not just COVID kids. These are 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds. But we have to remember, these kids are on phones all day. I had to make it to where my kids can only get on the phone during the weekend. No phones during the week. Because the attention span, they be on the phone, you calling their name, and they can't hear you. One of my daughters, I had to get on her because she wasn't eating. And I'm like, when you gonna come out your room? She in the room on the phone playing the game all day. No, not doing that. Phone time, only on the weekends because it's getting out of hand. When you can't hear me when I'm calling you, that's a problem. So imagine if they're doing that at home, what these teachers are going through. That's why they made the no phone policy. No phones on during class. And then the kids can't read. But we have to think about this. Reading first starts at home, in your own household. When I was young, my mom used to give me flashcards. What is this word? And so on. Multiplication cards, everything. But now, parents don't do that. The parents are on their phones as well. And a lot of the parents don't know how to read themselves.
DT had a promotion of the independent Acla Smile event. Hold on.
Yeah, put the glasses up.
What does it say? The Diddy had a promotion of the independent, what's this, Calislays Mike event?
She wore a silly hole of clothes that were extraordinary but somewhat gauche.
But the Diddy had a monetary of the impending catastrophic event.
Deity had a premonition of the impending apocalyptic event. The deity had a premonition of the impending apocalyptic event.
Me, academic, and vision which you can't make some big old words.
The anti-condoning restriction they add to
anonymous
of otherwise unspoken griminess. Bro, I can't read that.
Decision of the proposal reflected a surprisingly coordinated,
established the entire
ideological alignment.
Conversation dynamic.
Read the index card.
The procession of relating.
Read this index card.
The inexplicable accumulation of contradictory. Rendering the situation fundamentally fitted necessity. Ambitious into all parties involved. Intermediate. Procedural. Reassessment.
Grown people on the streets can't read. The attention span of our people today is not vast at all. If a video is longer than a minute, scrolling through, call this the microwave generation. We want everything and we want it fast. And that is trickling down to the kids. So if we have parents that can't read or don't know how to help with homework, what do you think is going to happen? It puts extra strain on the teachers. And then since teachers are quitting, it's over 40 people in these children's classes. My daughter has a class, it's 43 students in there. And a lot of kids, to learn, they need one-on-one time. With 43 kids, you can't give one-on-one time. My daughter's teacher called me begging me, can you call the school and see if they can switch her class? I have too many kids. I went up to the school to try to see what we could do. The counselor was like, oh, ma'am, no. All the classes are full. The teacher will be all right. She's going to have to deal with it. What are we doing? And then it's a lot of kids out here. When they're at home, they don't listen to their parents. They don't listen to the parents and they get to the school and these parents are expecting them to behave well at school. If they don't listen to you, they sure not going to listen to a teacher. Discipline starts at home. Back in the day, I used to be scared for them to call my mama. Don't call her. Don't call her. Now, if you call the kid's mom or dad, whatever, they going off on you. Oh, my kid ain't do this. My kid ain't do that. No, because these kids, they be lying. I had to, you got to get on your kids Ask my kid, what happened? Get one story. All right, I'm going up to the school. Then the story get to changing. See, you got to peep that. These teachers, they have a lot on them. It is some bad teachers. It is bad teachers, but it's good ones as well. So we can't put all the blame on them. They're not babysitters. They're trying to teach. And if your kid in class acting out, not listening, I wouldn't deal with it either. So I don't see nothing wrong with why they leaving. But the education department needs to get better because they're putting all of this work on the teachers saying, okay, these kids have to learn this amount by the end of the year. And if not, it's going to be consequences to pay. So they're trying to scram all of this knowledge. And with all these kids in one class, they have to get these kids to learn while other kids clowning off, playing. What do y'all want them to do?
And so I literally broke down in the middle of class because I'm teaching seniors. These kids are leaving high school and going to college, hopefully, after they finish. We had 2 paragraphs to read, 1 sentence, complete to write. I gave them the sentence stems. I basically completed the sentence for them in the mind. 17 and 18-year-old kids, and they couldn't fill in 4 words. 4 words. I gave them the scenario. We annotated together. I gave them the answers before we even had the problem. And they couldn't do it. I simply don't know where the problem is. This is only day 2. And I have seniors who simply cannot read and seniors who cannot write. They cannot write. They can reason. They have the ability to defend their reasoning if it's talking to their homeboy, but applying that to a written text, 2 paragraphs, they couldn't do it.
We have to teach our kids how to have respect for authoritative figures like yourself. As a parent, you have authority over your children. You got to get them in line. If you don't now, the police and everybody else will when they get older. Now let's talk about how these kids can't count and add.
Hey, can I get 2 cheesy bean and rice burritos and 2 spicy potato tacos, no lettuce, extra chipotle? Thank you. Never. 76 cents. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Give me 55 cents. Hey, yeah, the change was $9.74, but you only gave me 55.
Yeah, because we don't have we don't have quarters, we don't have pennies.
You don't have dimes?
No, we just have cents and if I give you
or nickels, we could have got closer to 70 at least. Okay.
Here you go, Queen.
Y'all are telling me you only have 1 nickel back there? This is 65. I need at least 1 more.
I give you 3 pennies.
You don't have another nickel.
Queen, what you gonna do with a nickel?
I'm gonna go pay for my Dunkin' Donuts is what I'm gonna do with a nickel. No, listen, the difference between 55 and 74 is 19 cents. I understand you're not gonna give me 19 pennies, but we could at least get to 70. Thank you. The way I had to beg from my change.
This lady went to a drive-thru and asked for her change because she got the incorrect amount of change back. And the girl at the drive-thru arguing with her. Man, what you gonna do with 5 cents? What you gonna do with 9 cents? It's my change. I don't care if I throw it out the window. Give me my money. How you arguing with me about what's due to me? Come on now. It's embarrassing. How are they gonna get jobs in the future? If they can't count, if they can't read, nobody's gonna hire them. And it's a lot of mothers that's out here having attitudes with the teachers, blaming everything on the teacher. Everything ain't the teacher's fault. Sit your kid down and talk to your kid. Or you need to have more discipline in certain areas. Make them put the phones down and spend quality time so they can at least know how to hold a conversation. Something.
What you say? What you say? I said whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe.
Bending down, are you sure you aren't going to break a hip?
No, my hips are actually in better shape than your hips.
You want to tell me why that is?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I exercise and you don't.
Give me this. I'm tired of telling y'all to put your phones up. I said it 4 times before the bell.
No pomegranates! No pomegranates! Shut the hell up! Shut up! Shut up!
This punishment stuff is going to stop.
You're not gonna tell me what I'm gonna do and not do?
I am now the alpha.
That's not how this works. I am the teacher.
The alpha takes priority over the teacher. The alpha takes priority over everything. Do you not know how that works?
Teach your kids how to read starting at home. If they don't know how to read and write and count, they're going to get taken advantage of. When they become adults, people can get over on them. If I'm an evil person, I can manipulate somebody and say, all right, this is this amount of money. And you're just going to take my word for it. If I want you to sign a contract, I can say, all right, yeah, this is all it says. Just sign by the dotted line. And you're going to sign it. Because you don't know how to read. And not only do you not know how to read, you don't know what you're reading. You don't know how to articulate what you're reading. It's people that can read, but they can't tell you what they read. They don't know what it's about. Now, y'all tell me what y'all think about the scarcity crisis when it comes to these teachers, educators. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Just focus on